Welcome back to Probably Unlimited Games, where Matt discovered that deleting everything and starting over is a valid debugging strategy. So, Matt doesn't know what he did, but suddenly he was getting array index crashes every time he moved the camera on the level, which was tons of fun. Array index crashes are that special kind of error that tells you absolutely nothing useful about what's actually wrong. Something, somewhere, is trying to access data that doesn't exist. Good luck figuring out what. The solution? He deleted and re-added all the quick scatter forest setups. Why quick scatter? We don't know. Did this fix the underlying problem? Unclear. Does it work now? Seems to. Is this good debugging practice? Probably not. But does it matter when the alternative is spending hours tracking down a mysterious array index issue? Not really. Sometimes, nuke it from orbit is the most efficient solution. The bushes that Matt added supposedly had wind function built in, but it's either not working or not actually added. For the terrain, Matt added some noise to the landscape because it was feeling too flat. This makes sense given that he took a 1x1 kilometer height map and stretched it across 4x4 kilometers. Turns out that makes everything look like Kansas. He spent some time looking at actual forest references to try and be more accurate with the map layout. Time-consuming, but effective. It's one of those interesting intersections between excessive realism and verisimilitude. You want things to feel realistic, even when a lot of what's happening is fundamentally unrealistic. Granted, we're doing a relatively grounded medieval hunting game, but you still have to make concessions to concepts like fun and good use of a player's time. Matt also spent some time experimenting with IA scatter to see if he could get more precise control over foliage spawn locations. Things like tree roots need specific placement, and doing everything by hand would be incredibly tedious. IA scatter seems really good in theory, but it's painfully slow to modify settings when spawning large numbers of meshes. Theoretically, it will still be a time saver overall, but it still is a pain to work with. Additionally, we're running into some performance issues. The FPS he's getting with IA scatter is worse than what quick scatter was giving him, so the tool with better control has worse performance, at least the way we're using it. He initially thought that it might work better if he sections up the map instead of trying to do huge areas all at once. Makes sense. Doing things in smaller, more manageable chunks is better in most instances, but when put into practice, smaller areas spawning fewer meshes didn't change the performance cost at all. Same FPS hit, whether spawning huge batches of meshes or tiny ones. Oh well. Matt also figured out why he couldn't find wood anymore. The error that IA Scatterer has been throwing for a while has been preventing spawning in the map. It wasn't doing this in the test maps. When it was working in the test map, it would throw errors, but it would spawn the stuff in anyways. We don't know why it's different now. So, made some decent progress this week, even if it does feel rather mixed. Relying on other people's tools means that you have to take what you get or find a different tool. IA Scatter gives more control but seems to kill FPS. Quick Scatter is less precise but runs better. You have to choose which limitation you can live with. But at the same time, we were able to figure out some problems that were driving Matthew crazy, and resolve some issues before they also started to grate upon his sanity. So that's a win in my book. I did my usual thing. Spent 45 minutes building a house, then realized that I oversized it and needed to cut it down by at least 25%. Steve and not Steve continue their vigil, unmoved by array index crashes or mysterious performance issues. They've seen worse. They'll see worse again. Like and subscribe.